Alright, today's project. We are taking my Recollections Plain notebook, four-ring binder. This is from their planner, I think it's called Planet line, which I have decided to take this and turn it into my DecoArt inventory slash project ideas, anything to do with those. So because it is DecoArt, I am going to attempt to just use DecoArt's products. And I have here a couple of colors, and for some reason this one isn't even open yet. Get some scissors real quick here. I have Bahama Blue, which is what you see in the palette already. And then this one is Zinc. I have my other colors already in Alabama, so I can't use them at the moment. This is a kind of a gray. I don't know how well you can see that. So I thought that would be a good couple of colors to do this. Start with. I do think I might need some gesso, so let me grab that real quick. Alright, got my gesso. I'm still trying out this new angle. So hopefully this works for everyone, because I can get in here and do stuff a little easier. So if you're watching this and you have any comments about this new angle, let me know. I would like some feedback if you preferred the other one. After I move, then I will be able to attempt some other angles perhaps and see what works well. Alright, for now I'm going to set these colors aside and just use this one. Well, I guess I could just stick it directly on here, couldn't I? Let's do that. Get this bit up. Alright, so I'm just going to coat this real quick and I'll be back. Alright, so here we go. All back and covered with gesso. I did both sides. And this here, I wasn't careful, made sure I got no paint on it or anything like that. I just slapped it all on, and it wiped off pretty easily with a wet towel. So, no big deal. It's not like it needs to be perfectly clean anyway. I'm sure these will rub off at some point, because look, you can just easily scratch it off. So, like I said before, I do have Bahama Blue. And this, oh, I'm moving. I thought the camera was being weird. Zinc. Now, I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this. I think I'm just gonna put some stripy bits on here, kind of in an abstract way. I want to make sure to leave an area, maybe along here, I think here as well, that's lighter than black, or at least that black will show up on nicely, because I'm going to stamp the DecoArt's word with this stamp set. And I think I'm definitely going to do it along here, so if I have it up on a shelf, then I can read at the side and know that that is specifically what that is, without having to hunt it down. Now this is acrylic paint, and it's more on the crafter side of paint, so it is pretty inexpensive, but it is a good quality crafter paint. So once you get it on your project, it should stay there like it's supposed to. You're not going to worry about it flaking off. But the gesso layer also helps make sure that the paint is going to stay. Oh, and I forgot to show you which gesso I was using. I don't have Americana gesso at the moment, so I just used my De La Rowney. I think I got that from like Walmart or something. But I like that container because it has that nice pour top. Some of the other gesso brands don't have a nice pouring container. without a huge opening. Alright, I'm going to fast forward you guys through this while I fiddle around and add paint. And I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I glopped it on pretty thick here. I want to try something with this. See how well it works. I know with my other paints, they do really well with running when sprayed to give you a nice dribble kind of technique. So if it works like I hope, it should turn out pretty cool. Let me glop a bit more on there, just because I need it nice and thick-ish. Alright, let's see how this works. Well, not quite what I was hoping for. It broke the paint up into these little bits. And of course, it removed the paint along the line portion, but that can easily be put back. So I did get a neat little grayed dribble effect there. So let's see, what do I want to do? Maybe, oopsie, maybe, I don't know, maybe if I were to thin the paint down really well and then put that on there. Now I'm just getting paint everywhere. Further out. Now, see, although it's a neat effect, it's not quite what I was hoping for. I think I am just going to wipe that off and call it experiment not necessary. Let's see. I kind of like this grungy look that's here. Let's see if I can get it to do that this way too then. Now I got puddles going on all over the place. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's see if I can get this to cooperate. Woo! Running down my leg. I think I'll just get this to go away entirely. Maybe. Alright, I'm going to keep fiddling with this and I'll be back. Alright, I've got this kind of on there how I want it. Now I'm going to add some glazing medium. I have Liquitex and Golden. I prefer the Golden over the Liquitex, but I want to try to use it up So I use some of the Liquitex and then some of the golden, just so I can get rid of it. And we're going to apply this aqua color. What did I say it was again? Bahama Blue onto the book, and then let it sit for a couple minutes or a minute or so. Here's the different glazing mediums. One of them comes out clear and the golden comes out more of an opaque, but when it is used on the paper, you can't, there's no color. It's just, you know, it doesn't dry white or anything like that. And it also does not affect the color of the paint you're putting it into. So I'm just mixing it up here with the back of my paintbrush. And I'll just slap that on there. I think I just threw away all of my paper towel. I had it all gunked up really good. Let's see. Of course it doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Alright. Slap this stuff on there and see what we come up with. Now, because these are craft paints instead of the artist paints, they may not work the same way as I'm used to. But hey, this is an experiment to have some fun as well. Slap it all over the place. Call it good. The only thing I don't like about this technique is the fact that, you know, putting all this lovely paint on here, only to go back through and wipe it all off. So craft paints in general are a good idea to use for this technique because you're not wasting expensive paints by wiping them off and essentially throwing them away. So there's that consolation. So if this works, that's an idea for you. You want to add some color to something, but with a glazing technique, but don't want to, you know, use your golden paints or whatever. You know, maybe you can whip out your cheap paints. We'll see how this turns out. Alright, I'm going to give that a minute or two to let it dry a bit before we go in with the baby wipes. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're back and we're going to see how this glazing worked. Now, when you do this technique, you have to have a wet baby wipe or even a wet paper towel or a wet rag, but you need to remove the, you know, rearrange the surface to a clean spot frequently, because if not, you just end up pushing the paint. You know, see how it starts to get blue again? You just gotta, you know, go in there, maybe get some of the thicker stuff off, and then rearrange your towel. Alright, I'm back. I have had a chance to get this done and let it dry a bit and tidy up my space here. Had some paint all over the place, of course, and that way I can continue on without messing up what I've accomplished. So as you can see here, I rubbed away a good portion of the inside zone, and I've kind of left it around the edge. And the neat thing about using the glazing technique is when you're rubbing off the paint that you don't want to keep, a lot of places you get, I don't know how well you can see it, like right here, I think it is. Yeah, right here. And that's right here. You can make it look distressed. Here's a good spot too. Now, I didn't bother doing the inside. I don't see the point. So I can glue a pocket on here, or a piece of paper that maybe I have some stuff listed that's important. But this is the front, I believe. Yep. And then there's the spine. And the back. I think it turned out pretty cool. Alright, so now, let's do it like this. I need to do my word, and obviously it starts with D. Now these are distressed looking as well, as you can see from the image. So it'll work really nice with the distressed look that's on here. Let's see, I have a bigger block. Let me find. Alright, I have quite a few different acrylic blocks. I had a friend who was a close to my heart consultant, and we would do monthly get-togethers at her home to do projects and stuff. And I would buy different things from her and help her out with her home business. So I've accumulated quite an assortment of different sizes of acrylic blocks, and it really comes in handy for things like this because, you know, someone may only have this, but I have that. So I can get the whole word on there, hopefully. Alright, let's see. If you've never heard of Close to My Heart, it's a home-based business kind of thing that does scrapbook supplies, and you can use it for card making, scrapbooks. They started venturing into the mixed media a little bit. They don't really have mediums and that kind of thing, but they do have, you know, they came out with some fabric embellishments that a lot of us like to mess with. Let's see if I can learn how to spell here. One thing I've noticed about these acrylic stamps is you will have a hard time pulling them off this plastic sometimes, and I have noticed that if you warm it up, they tend to let go better. But as long as you are applying even pull, I guess is the best way to explain it, you can usually get them off without damaging, without having to resort to the heating them up. I have used my heat tool and just kind of waved it over the plastic at a distance, because you don't want to get too close, you'll melt it, to help let them go. You can also soak them in hot water, I think, and then you can get them to pop off easier. But you definitely don't want to damage those because you'll be mad. Alright, I think I can get 5 of the letters on here. Let's see, just see if that'll fit. Yeah, I think I'm going to have no problems whatsoever getting the whole word on here the way I'm wanting, because then the R and the T will fit down here. Let me get one of these smaller blocks and just add the RT real quick to give myself a good idea. Well, that's pretty handy that the word I need to use, I don't have any repeat letters. Yeah, this should fit nicely. Now, I don't think it's going to work on the spine just because the rivets are going to get in the way. So I think I'll just put Deco over here, or maybe just DA. Or I could even dig out one of my other 9 million sets of alphabet stamps and do a smaller font. I might do a smaller font, that way it looks nice, because I don't like my penmanship. I think it looks terrible. Alright, so I got that. Let's get this stamped up. Let's get this liberally coated with ink, because we don't want a bad impression. Not that it matters too much, since it's a distressed look. No, we don't want to mess it up. Alright, I need to stand up and have a good view here. And you want to make sure you give it a good press so you can transfer that ink off. And just leave it there for a little sec. Not bad, not bad. And like I said, since it's already distressed, it's not like it's... If you don't quite get the ink on there nice and even, it doesn't matter because it's part of the appeal. Alright, we gotta look down here again. Looks about right. Now this is stays-on ink, so no matter what bumps against it or what have you, it will not mess it up. I think I like that. Looks pretty nice. Alright. Another tip. When you buy the stays-on, if you've never gotten one before, you get this funny little plastic thing. Always keep that, and do not glue that to your lid, because it will hold the plastic up away from your ink pad, and it won't actually seal it like it's supposed to. And that helps make sure your stamp stays fresh longer. You don't want it to dry out on you when you're not using it. Alright, so we got that on there. Let's see what we have for other stamps real quick in my drawer. I don't want something that's too different of a font, but it doesn't really matter if it's perfect. Here's a neat one. I don't know if I like that. These are not all of my alphabet stamps. I just have them in this drawer over here because it's handy to grab when I'm sitting here. I'll just get them out. I have another box that I keep a lot of them in, but I got these little, I think they're called iris cases. So I put the wood ones in there, and a trick I learned, I think it was from Erin, that write on the sides of your blocks what your stamp is too. So if they're laying in here like this, or on your table, or in a little bucket, you don't have to pick them all up to see what the lettering is. You can just take a glance, because it's written on 3 sides that way. And if you really wanted to be handy, you did do that too, but that covers it for me. So, alright. I don't know. No, I was going to show you which ones I have. I have these. So that's just a normal kind of font. And then I have the uppercase of those. These I do believe came from Michael's. These ones are from Close to My Heart. It's the uppercase and lowercase. So I don't think I'm going to use those. I'll put them away. Here's another fun one from them. This one might be cool. This is, I think that would look really fun because it's got a distressed look too. I think I'll leave that one out. Put these two in here. Let's see. This is kind of a typewriter. I think no on that one. I'm going to say no on that one. Totally not in the same thing. This would be a good one too. It's got a little bit of a distressed look to it, but I'm going to say no on that. License plate styled lettering. This one's some kind of... I wish they would put the font names on these. It would be fun. And this one's typewriter keys, so I'm going to go no on those. I think we're going to go with this one. This will be pretty fun. Alright, so we need this one here. And I will clean those a little bit. So we need Deco. I'll straighten these up in a minute. Close to My Heart stamps also, the plastic that they use for their stamps have a much better sticky value to them. So when you're putting them on these acrylic blocks, unlike these where you can easily, you know, flick them off, these are on there really good. Look, I am really having to force my finger into it to make them let go. And yes, you're going to pay a little bit more for these, but I think they're worth it. And they have lots. Not trying to promote their product, because I'm not a distributor or anything like that, but I do like their stuff. And I have a gob of their stamps, which as we go on these videos, hopefully you will see some more of them as I do some projects. Alright, how's that? Does that look good? Okay. Oh, and also with these ones, because the quality of the acrylic is higher, they have a tendency to soak up the ink and they will stain. Ooh, that's not good. Let's see. Oh well, we'll figure something out to add to that. Be careful when you're doing your work so you don't drop your ink pad on your art. Alright. Deco. We want that kind of in the middle there. And I'm still trying to get over my cold, so hopefully my voice and my sniffles haven't been too distracting and obnoxious. And I'm just rocking back and forth a little bit to try and get that ink off of the stamp there onto the surface. Alright, well, that didn't get inked up very good, did it? Let's try some more. Get it on there. And that's another thing about these acrylic stamps. If it doesn't work the way you want, you can take it and go back on directly over where you were, because you can see it and you can hopefully fix it. Let's get a real good push down on there. Maybe that's what was needed before. There we go. That's much better. Alright, so there we have it. We got the DecoArt on the front cover. We got Deco on the side, so as I have it on the shelf, I know what I'm looking at. I gotta figure out what I want to do here to cover up my little boo-boo. I do have some StazOn ink cleaner for stamps. Maybe that would help. Let's see. Let's just check. Do I have a paper towel handy? Yep, here we go. Get a little bit of that. Oh, hey, it works. Sweet. Check that out. StazOn ink on acrylic paint. You can remove your boo-boo. Let me show you up close. So, see this line right here? That's where I dropped the ink pad. So I've got my StazOn ink cleaner for my stamps. And just gently rubbing it on here. Haha! Ta-da! No line. That's awesome. I'm glad I thought to try that. Alright, so there's a tip for you. If you have a surface where your ink is dry and you've dropped your stamp on it, or I mean your stamp pad, gently try a little bit of your StazOn ink remover if you have some. Let's see what's in this stuff here. Of course there's no ingredients. It smells kind of like Windex, but I am not positive. Alright, so there we go. I think that's all I'm going to do on here for now. And I've got my little books that go in here. And now I just got to wait and see what products they might send me. I hope you enjoyed watching me create my cover here for my inventory / idea book for my DecoArt items. And gave you some good ideas, maybe some inspiration, and some helpful tips. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you're not already a subscriber, you can please hit the subscribe button down there so you can stay tuned for future videos from me. And hit the like button to share this with your friends that watch your videos. And I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.